Hi everyone, I'm Candy from Susan's family. Today I'm bringing you a soccer fan's charm in blue and white version. This product is divided into the clothes, hands, main part, facial features, hair, hat and football. Make them in order. Crochet and assemble at the same time. First, crochet the clothes. The clothes consist of the top and pants. Let's start with the top. Use chain stitches to form a circle. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Leave armholes along the way. Finally, attach the lines onto the top. The stitch techniques used are CH chain, F double crochet, and FVDC 2-in-1. Please watch the demonstration. First, let's get familiar with the chart. In the chart, R plus number indicates the round number. H plus number indicates the row number. The increases and decreases explanation column shows the stitch techniques needed. When crocheting the current round, it also shows the increasing or decreasing details. The total stitches column shows the total number of stitches. After completing all stitches in the current round, take the yarn. For convenient watching, I'll demonstrate using other colors here. For specific yarn, color schemes and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and paper instructions. The chart starts with 1/8 ch. Join with a slip stitch to the first stitch, which means to make a beginning chain of 18 stitches, and then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. To form a circle with the chain stitches, take the corresponding yarn. First make a slip knot. Hold the yarn with left hand. Hold the hook with right hand. Insert into the knotted loop. Adjust the loop size. Then follow the pattern to crochet the corresponding number of chain stitches. Once done, pick up the half loop above the first chain stitch and join with a slip stitch. Make sure the chain stitches don't twist. And keep the right side facing up. The right side shows a V-shaped braid-like texture. The joining slip stitch doesn't count as one stitch. Gently tighten. To avoid extra stitches later, this completes the starting chain. Now begin the first round. Work 3 chains as the beginning chain for the double crochet. And count it as 1 double crochet. Correspond to the first chain below, which is the chain where you joined with a slip stitch. Continue picking up the top loop of the chain to the left, meaning this single strand. Work 1 double crochet. Place the starting yarn tail over the hook, and weave in as you go. Continue matching one stitch to another, working 3 double crochets to the left. The next stitch is an FV double crochet increase. The crocheting method is to pick up the top loop of the adjacent chain on the left. Work 2 double crochets. Work into the same stitch. One, 2. This completes the double crochet increase. Continue working 2 double crochets to the left. One double crochet increase. The stitch techniques used below have been demonstrated before. Everyone follow the pattern chart and pick up the top loop of the chain. Complete this round. After finishing the last stitch, pick up the 2 strands of the third chain in the beginning chain on the left side, join with a slip stitch. You can count from the bottom up. That is the chain on the right side of this double crochet stitch. The joining slip stitch does not count as a stitch. Need to tighten. The slip stitch is not indicated in the form. Actually, when crocheting in the round, always finish by joining with a slip stitch and pull tight. I won't repeat this explanation later. The first round is complete. We consider the side facing us as we crochet to be the right side of the piece. Continue to crochet round 2. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1 double crochet, corresponds to the beginning chain below, unless otherwise specified. The 3 chains at the beginning of each round count as 1 double crochet. I won't repeat this explanation later. Next, work 4 double crochets into the next 4 double crochet stitches to the left. The reason for working a slip stitch on the right side of the first double crochet stitch is slightly puckered. Don't miss this when crocheting. After completing 4 double crochets, work 2 double crochet 2 in 1 to the left. Two double crochets. The stitch techniques used below have been demonstrated before. Just pick up double crochet stitches and follow the pattern chart to finish this round. After the last stitch is complete, pick up the 2 strands of the third chain in the beginning chain on the left side, work a slip stitch to join. This completes round 2. Now work round 3. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Next, work 6 double crochets to the left. After completing, work 3 chains as transition. Leave 6 stitches unworked underneath. Starting from the next stitch, work 9 double crochets in sequence. After completion, work 3 chains as transition. Leave 6 stitches unworked underneath. Work 2 double crochets to the left in sequence. Join with a slip stitch. This completes round 3. This also creates the armhole position. Next, work the final round. Make 3 chains as beginning chain. Then work double crochet in each corresponding stitch to the left. Total stitches match the previous round. When encountering a chain space, you can pick up the chain space to crochet, or pick up the 2 strands above the chain to crochet. Choose according to your preference. I'm picking the chain space here. Join with a slip stitch. This completes the final round. Work 1 chain to secure. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail threaded through the needle. Weave the yarn tail into the wrong side of the fabric. Cut the yarn, pull tight. Weave in the yarn tails. Refer to the chart for the color scheme. Attach the lines on the front and shoulders of the garment. Or you can wait until the garment is worn. Check the front side effect. Then attach them. I'll demonstrate the method first. Place the seam of slip stitches at the back when attaching. The lines on the front side of the garment are grouped in 3s, 3 groups total. Attach them to the last 3 rows of the garment. During the attaching process, while the glue is still wet, adjust the shape. Once the glue dries, trim off the excess yarn. Then attach the lines on the shoulders as well. Trim off the yarn once the glue dries. Apply a small amount of glue at the cut position to prevent the yarn from fraying. This completes the top. Now let's crochet the pants. They consist of the waistband and legs. Start by crocheting the waistband. Please watch the demonstration. Take the yarn. Begin by leaving a 30 cm tail for sewing. Next, follow the same casting on method as the top. Refer to the waistband pattern chart for casting on. Once casting on is complete, proceed to crochet the first round. Work one chain as the turning chain for single crochet. The beginning chain doesn't count as a stitch. Next, pick up the front loop of the chains. The first stitch goes into the same place of the slip stitch. When making single crochet, place the hook above the yarn. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through once. This completes one X stitch single crochet. Continue to the left, picking up the front loop of the chains for X stitch single crochet. When crocheting, do not weave the reserved yarn into stitches. After completing one round, the stitch count matches the starting number. Finally, pick up the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. This completes the first round. Continue to crochet round 2. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Counts as 1/2 double crochet, corresponding to the first single crochet below. Pick up 1 stitch for 1 stitch to the left and work half double crochets. Finally, pick up both strands of the second chain in the beginning chain. Join with a slip stitch. This completes round 2. This completes the waistband. Next, crochet the legs. First, work 3 chains as transition. Then skip 12 stitches. Note, skipped stitches include the beginning chain. Then work a slip stitch on the next stitch. SL means slip stitch, do not tighten here. Next, work 2 chains as beginning chain. Then pick up the stitches of the waistband to the left. Work 1/2 double crochet per stitch. Note, do not crochet the slip stitch. Next, arrive at the position of 3 chains transition. Pick up the top loop of the chains, and work 3 half double crochets in sequence. Finally, pick up both strands of the second chain, in the beginning chain on the left side, join with a slip stitch. This completes the first round of the leg. Continue crocheting round 2, work 2 chains as beginning chain. Next, work 1/2 double crochet per stitch to the left. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Cut the yarn and weave in ends. Tuck the yarn tails to the wrong side of the fabric. This completes the first leg. Now work on the second leg. Insert the hook into the beginning chain of the last round of the waistband to join the yarn. Insert the hook. Take the yarn. Make a slip knot. Place it on the hook and draw the yarn through. Adjust the loop size. This completes joining the yarn. Work 2 chains as beginning chain. Then work half double crochets to the left. When you reach 3 chains, pick up the front loop. Or insert into the stitch placement of the other leg. Work half double crochets. Join with a slip stitch. The first round is complete. Continue to crochet round 2. This round is worked even with half double crochets. Join with a slip stitch. When done, cut the yarn and weave in ends. Make sure to weave in all yarn tails except the reserve tail at the beginning. Tuck in all remaining ends. Now both legs are completed. That's all for the sweater. Set it aside for now. Once the sweater is completed, let's move on to crochet the hands. 2 in total. Worked as the same method. Both start with an adjustable magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. New stitch technique used, V single crochet increase. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Once completed, move on to crochet the first round. Make 1 beginning chain, then work 6x stitch single crochets into the magic ring loop. Once completed, pull tight the starting tail. Tighten the center of the piece. Finally, insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. If you can't find it, work backward to locate it. This completes the first round. Move on to crochet the second round. The chart shows X, V, X, times 2, where the parentheses indicate that the stitch pattern inside forms 1 repeating sequence. Make 1 beginning chain. Follow the chart to work 1 single crochet. The next stitch is a single crochet increase. The method is to work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. One, 2. This completes the single crochet increase. Continue to work 1 single crochet to the left. This completes 1 sequence in the chart. Work another sequence. Finally, join with a slip stitch. Because there are fewer stitches, turn the right side out. Hide the excess yarn tail inside the hand, as stuffing. Now, crochet the third round. Make 1 beginning chain. Then, pick up the stitches from the previous round, and work even single crochets. Total stitches match the previous round. Finally, join with a slip stitch. This completes the third round. The remaining rounds for the hand follow the same demonstration as the third round. Continue crocheting until the final round. after completing the final round. If you want the hand to be longer, you can work one more round. Finish with a chain stitch to secure. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Take a small amount of fiberfill and stuff it in. One hand is complete. Follow this method to crochet another hand. That's the end of the hand crocheting method. Set it aside for now. Next, let's work on the main part. It consists of the legs, body, and head. Start by crocheting the legs. Use the adjustable magic ring technique. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Make 2 legs in total. Cut the yarn for one leg. Leave the yarn attached for the other leg. After completing both, join the leg with cut yarn. Crochet upwards to form the body. Attach the hands during the process. Finally, crochet the head. Remember to stuff appropriately as you go. New stitch technique used. A single crochet decrease. Please watch the demonstration. For the legs, follow the same crocheting method as the hands. Crochet the legs according to the pattern chart. Crochet a total of 2 legs. Cut the yarn for one leg. Don't cut the yarn for the other leg. I've already crocheted them in advance here. Remember to add a small amount of stuffing inside. After completing, proceed to crochet the body. Take the leg with yarn still attached. Work 2 chains. Then take the leg with cut yarn. Slip stitch into the first stitch of the last round. Gently tighten. This connects the 2 legs together. Chain 1 to begin. Single crochet into the insertion point of the slip stitch. This single crochet is the first stitch of the body. Then work 7 single crochets to the left. After completing, pick up the 2 chains on the left side. Work 2 single crochets. Pick up the yarn closest to you. That's this strand of yarn. Move to the position of the left leg. Pick up stitches, and work 8 single crochets in sequence. The first stitch goes into the insertion point of the slip stitch on the leg. After completing, move to the other side of the connecting chains, and work 2 single crochets in sequence. You can work them into the same position as the opposite single crochets. Finally, slip stitch into the first stitch of the body to join. This completes the first round. Rounds 2 through 5 do not use any new stitch techniques. Before starting each round, work one beginning chain. Finish with a slip stitch to join. Follow the pattern chart to complete these rounds. After completing, now work the sixth round. Make one beginning chain. Work 3 single crochets in sequence on the previous round stitches. The next stitch is a single crochet decrease, SC2 tog. First, look at the 2 strands of the stitch. The strand closer to you is called the front loop, and the strand farther from you is the back loop. Insert into the front loop of the first stitch. Then insert into the front loop of the left stitch. When crocheting, there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over. Pull through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over, draw through in once. Single crochet decrease completed. This method of picking up only the front loops for decreasing. It's called an invisible decrease. When using this method for crocheting, the gaps between stitches are smaller. The fabric overall is more delicate. Then crochet the corresponding number of single crochets to the left. Then crochet 1 single crochet decrease to the left. First, pick up the front loops of the 2 left stitches separately. Then yarn over and pull through. Draw through the first 2 loops. 2 loops remain. Yarn over and pull through all loops at once, completing another single crochet decrease. Crochet 1 single crochet in each of the remaining 3 stitches. Finish with a slip stitch join. This completes the 6th round. Rounds 7 through 9 don't involve any new stitch techniques. Just follow the previous demonstration, and refer to the pattern chart for crocheting. Once completed, let's move on to the 10th round. Make 1 beginning chain. First crochet 2 single crochets on the body. Then crochet 3 single crochets to the left, and connect the hand. Take out the hand. Let's take a look at the hand. The hand has a total of 8 stitches. Press it flat. Place the slip stitch marks at the back and centered. Skip 1 stitch on the left side, and 1 stitch on the right side. Fold the middle 6 stitches in half and overlap them, which equals 3 stitches. Insert the hook into the first stitch. As you can see, 1 stitch is skipped here. Then insert into 1 stitch of the body. And combine to crochet 1 single crochet. Continue with this method. Crochet 2 single crochets to the left. After inserting into the third stitch, you'll notice the stitch on the left side is skipped. Conclude. Now the hand is connected. The extra yarn from the hand can be placed inside the body as stuffing. Next, crochet 6 single crochets in sequence on the body. Complete. Crochet 3 single crochets to the left and connect the hand. The joining method is the same as the previous hand connection method. Complete. Continue by crocheting 2 single crochets on the body. Finish with a slip stitch join. This completes the hand connection. The 10th round is completed. Now move on to round 11. Round 11 is crocheted according to the stitch pattern in the chart. Pay attention, skip the stitch counts on the hands. This completes round 11. Take out a small amount of fiberfill and stuff it in. You can fluff it up before stuffing. Complete. Now crochet round 12. Make 1 beginning chain. The chart shows flow for front loop only. This round is working single crochets into the front loop, with single crochet increases all the way around. Finish with a slip stitch join. This completes round 12. Round 13 follows the pattern of 3 single crochets and 1 single crochet increase, all the way around. Complete. Stretch the loop. Take out the crochet hook. Place the slip stitch seam at the back. Take out the pants. Place the slip stitch seam at the back as well. Attach to the body. Show a little leg. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a yarn needle. Sew the starting point onto the body. No specific sewing technique required, just make sure it's securely sewn. After sewing the pants, take out the top and thread it through. Now the outfit is dressed. Here, since after dressing the outfit, the working yarn is pressed inside the clothes, making it inconvenient for later crocheting. So after working a few stitches according to the pattern chart, leave a 20 cm yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Pull the yarn tail out from the inside. Then work 1 incomplete single crochet. Insert the hook into. Draw the yarn through. Place the working yarn in front. Take the new yarn. Leave a little yarn tail and press it behind directly. Yarn over and draw through. Now the yarn is joined. Continue working several single crochets to the left. Work while wrapping the cut yarn and joining yarn tails. After completing several stitches, hide the remaining yarn tails inside the fabric as stuffing. Then follow the pattern chart to complete the remaining rounds. Add fiber fill appropriately while crocheting. After completing the final round, leave a 15 cm yarn tail for closing. Pay attention when pressing the head. Don't make it too soft. It should feel slightly resistant to pressure. This means the stuffing is done correctly. If it doesn't fit properly, or you can also choose the amount of stuffing according to your preference, based on your own preference. Thread the reserved yarn into a yarn needle. Pick up the front loop of each stitch in sequence. Gently tighten slightly. Press flat. Tie off and weave in the ends neatly. This completes the crocheting method for the main part. Now let's make the facial features and hair. First, the facial features include ears, eyes, and finally the hair. Please watch the demonstration. Now let's crochet the ears. Take the yarn. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Once completed, make one beginning chain. Work 5 single crochets into the magic ring loop. Do not join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Cut the yarn leaving a 15 cm tail. Pull the yarn through. Then tighten the center of the piece. This completes one ear. Make another ear. Pick up one ear. Thread the reserved yarn tail through the needle. Now let's discuss the ear sewing position. Sew on to the head between round 17 and round 19. Count upwards from the neck where all stitches are single crochet increases. Space the ears 16 stitches apart. When sewing, if you insert the hook into the placement of the stitch on round 17, then draw through the stitch on round 19. Remove the yarn marker. And secure it on the edge of the other side of the ear. Remember the right side is facing you. Then pick up the middle and sew a few stitches randomly. Secure firmly, so it won't come loose. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends. This way the side ear is sewn. Repeat this process to sew the other ear. Now the ears are done. Next, take the yarn for embroidering the eyes. I'm using random colors here. Take 2 strands. Take 1 strand at a time. Thread the needle. Embroider on round 17 and round 18. Embroider vertically. Space the eyes 4 stitches apart. While embroidering, embroider each eye 3 times, forming 6 strands. I've already finished 1 eye. Finally, tie off and weave in the ends. Then you can adjust the other eye without cutting the yarn. It's okay if there are yarn tails at the back, they'll be covered when making the hair later. Now the eyes are done. Next, let's talk about the hair. Take the circle yarn. Without stretching, in its natural state. Cut 2 20cm segments. Or, you can also cut according to the shorter edge of the pattern. Cut and secure the hair at the same time. I've already cut 2 circle yarns of corresponding length. Fold them in half. Hold them with your hand at the folded part. Insert the hook into the stitch of the second to last round. This is the fastening off position. This round is the last round. This is the second to last round. Insert into the stitch. Draw through horizontally. Hook out from the folded part of the circle yarn. Then pull out the 4 threads on the left side. From the loop on the hook side. Pull tight. This group is now secured. Continue securing the second group. Insert the hook into the position where it came out earlier. Draw through horizontally on the left side. Cut 2 20cm threads. Fold in half and hook out. Enlarge the loop. Then pull out the 4 threads on the left side. From the loop on the right side. Pull tight. This second group is now secured. Following the same method as the second group. Complete securing this entire round. This completes the first layer of hair. Next, take one thread to secure it. Now secure the second layer of hair. The method is the same as the first layer of hair. Only the number of groups is different. Secure the next round. Next, we can also secure the third layer of hair. On the lower round of the second layer of hair, on this side of the back of the head, using the ears as the dividing line, secure only this section. When securing, only a few groups need to be secured. Space each group of hair by 1 stitch. After securing the third layer of hair is completed. Take the glue. Glue the third layer of hair onto the back of the head. When gluing, pull the yarn straight. Make it not fluffy. If it's short hair, apply the glue about 4 or 5 rounds away from the neck. If not, You can apply the glue directly about 2 rounds away from the neck. Wait for the glue to dry completely. Pick up the scissors for trimming. The length can be aligned with this position on the side of the hand. As a parallel line. Straight across to the other side. After trimming, pick up the second layer of hair and let it down. Divide it into sections. Bangs. Back of the head and sideburns. Make sure to leave space for the ears. Attach the bangs above the eyes at the second round. Leave about 2-3 strands for the sideburns. When attaching this layer, don't pull the yarn too straight. Let the yarn hang down, just slightly stretched. Wait for the glue to dry completely. Continue by letting down and attaching the first layer of hair. Next, watch my demonstration first, then start making it yourself. Whether it's short hair or low twin tails. Trim the bangs gradually to be level with the eyes. Something like this. If it's low twin tails, divide the yarn at the back of the head into 2 parts. Remember which strand is which. You can leave the sideburns a bit longer. If it's short hair, just trim the yarn at the back of the head flat. You can leave it a bit longer. Finally, after the hat is on, do some fine tuning. Pay attention to the twin tails part. You can trim them to your preferred length. Or you can braid them. Tie the end with yarn. That's it for the hair. Next, make the hat. First, crochet the top loop. Then work in rounds to crochet the hat. Attach the keyring during the process, and add thin wire when crocheting the last round. After completing, glue yarn lines as decoration. Finally, secure the hat on the head. Please watch the demonstration. Get the yarn. Start with a foundation chain. Chain 10 stitches. Once done, fasten off the yarn. Set aside for now. Next, follow the pattern chart to cast on an adjustable magic ring. Crochet the first 2 rounds. Once completed, enlarge the loop on the crochet hook. Take the ring and keyring. Thread the ring through the smallest hole on the keyring. Then thread both ends of the ring through the center of the first round of the hat. Insert from the right side to the wrong side. Another strand of yarn. You can pick up one loop on the surface. Then insert it again. Tie a knot to secure the yarn tail. Leave the extra yarn, secure it at the top of the hat once the entire hat is completed. Once the ring is secured, continue crocheting the remaining rounds of the hat. Follow the pattern chart until you reach the third to last round. Once completed, cut the yarn to finish. This completes the third to last round. Now crochet the second to last row. Refer to the chart and start from the first stitch. Count the corresponding stitches to the left. My colors here are not for reference. Insert the hook into the front loop of the next stitch to join the yarn. This entire row is crocheted by picking up the front loops. Make one beginning chain. Following the chart, work 2 single crochets into the front loops one by one. The first stitch is worked at the joining position. Continue to the left, work 2 half double crochet increases. TV indicates half double crochet increase. Work the first one first. On the left side, pick up the front loops and work 2 half double crochets, mindful to work them into the same stitch. 1, 2. This completes the half double crochet increase. Next, work 1 half double crochet increase to the left. Then work 1 double crochet increase on the left side. FV indicates double crochet increase. A double crochet increase means working 2 double crochets into the same position. 1, 2. This completes the double crochet increase. Continue to the left, pick up the front loops and work 7 double crochet increases in sequence. Once completed, work 2 half double crochet increases to the left in sequence. Two single crochets. Fasten off the yarn to finish. This completes the second to last row. Now let's work the final round. First, cut a 40 cm thin wire, and fold it in half. Next, insert the hook into the first stitch of the third to last round to join the yarn. After joining the yarn, place the wire above the working yarn. Make 1 beginning chain. Then work to the left following the stitch pattern on the chart. Continue all the way to the second to last row on the left side. Currently, crochet the edging while wrapping the wire as you go. Once completed, pick up the stitches of the second to last row to the left and work them. Follow the stitch pattern to complete this round. Join with a slip stitch. Cut the yarn. Place the excess wire on the wrong side of the hat. If it feels too long, you can cut a little bit. You can secure it with glue. Press and wait for the glue to dry. That's all for the hat. Once the hat is completed, attach the lines on top of the hat. Group them in sets of 3. On the side near the brim, leave a space of 3 stitches between each group. Keep attaching until the first round at the center starting point. On this side, near the center starting point, leave a space of about 1 stitch between each group. Once the hat is completed, secure the loop thread on the head. Hold it in place. I'm using random colors here. Tuck the excess yarn inside the hat. Then put on the hat. Once it's on, let's trim the hair. When trimming, do it in small amounts multiple times. After the sideburns reach the corresponding length, it's short hair, or you can trim it to your desired length. Once everything is trimmed, apply glue inside the hat. Then put it back on properly. Next, let's make the soccer ball. It consists of black pieces and white pieces. The crocheting method is similar to hands. Follow the same crochet method as for hands. Crochet according to the soccer ball's pattern chart. Once completed, sew the pieces together. Note, when finishing, there's no need to secure with a chain stitch. Just cut the yarn and pull it through directly. I've already completed all the crocheted pieces here. One of the black pieces also has a ring attached. Since I'm going to sew them together, I'm using random colors. Now pick up a black piece. Thread the reserved yarn tail through a sewing needle. Next, pick up a white piece. Take 2 stitches from the white piece, and 2 stitches from the black piece. And whip stitch the adjacent 2 half loops together. That means pick the back loops of the front piece. And pick the half loops closer to you on the back piece. After sewing, pick up another white piece to whip stitch with the black piece. Pick the adjacent 2 half loops. After sewing, continue to sew 3 more white pieces to the black piece one by one. Once all 5 small white pieces are sewn, next sew these 2 small white pieces together upwards, picking the adjacent 2 half loops to sew. Before sewing, you need to fill in the gaps to avoid having spaces in the middle after sewing. Insert the hook into the left side seam position. Pull out the needle at the last stitch of the black small piece. Pull tight. After sewing, next sew 2 stitches on the 2 white pieces together. Once sewn this way, there will be no gaps between the pieces. Then take another black small piece to sew. Sew this black small piece between these 2 white small pieces. Add 3 white pieces to sew in the middle. When sewing here, follow the principle of surrounding one black piece with 5 white small pieces. After sewing, fill in the gaps to make sure there are no spaces between them. After sewing, Take. Sew the white small pieces that are next to each other together. Only sew the 2 stitches that are next to each other. If the yarn tail is not long enough, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Don't cut off the extra yarn. Leave it inside the ball as stuffing. Continue using the yarn tail left from another black small piece to sew. If it's hard to sew, you can also take new yarn. After sewing, weave in the yarn tail on the wrong side of the fabric piece. Follow this method to sew another piece of the same shape. After you've sewn 2 pieces like this, take the top piece. And pick up the 2 centered stitches to sew them together. Leave a bit of yarn tail at the beginning. After sewing, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Sew the other side as well. To form a tube shape, once it's sewn like this, take a black piece, and sew it in the middle of these 4 white pieces. After sewing, take a white piece, and sew it onto the black piece. Once completed, move down and sew these 2 white pieces together. Then take 1 black piece, and sew it in the middle of these 4 white pieces. After sewing, sew these 2 white pieces together. Weave in the yarn tails on the wrong side. Take 1 black piece and sew it in the middle of these 5 white pieces. Connect the white pieces together during the sewing process. Continue to take one black piece and sew it in the middle of these 5 white pieces. Connect the white pieces while sewing. After finishing this side, continue sewing the other side until only one piece remains. Next, take fiberfill and stuff it inside. Continue sewing the last piece. Sew while adding appropriate stuffing. Finally, pinch it to get a slightly soft feel. Tie off and weave in the ends neatly. Once everything is completed, take the keyring and assemble it. Attach it to the small circle on the other part. That's all for the soccer ball. Finally, on the toy's face. Apply blush in small amounts multiple times. That's all for the toy. Up to this point, the entire product has been fully explained. If you have any unclear parts during the crocheting process, don't hesitate to join our Facebook group to get supports. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.